Howdy y'all, welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda, The Twilight Princess. I'm Nye. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. This is probably my least favorite dungeon in the entire game. I don't know why. There's a lot of things. I'm not a fan of the music. I'm not particularly a fan of the art style. And then certain things about the mechanics of the dungeon just annoy me. So, you know, stuff, right? But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and dig in. So, as part of the whole me going, you know, dude. So, as part of the whole me going out of town for Christmas thing, now turned out to be a particularly good time to talk to the landlord about getting some stuff done, kind of around the house that needed to be done. I don't actually legitimately know how I'm supposed to get back on that platform now that I did this. Oh, that. Okay. So, you know, there were some things that need to be done around the house. Most of them are, you know, fairly... Okay, you're a dick. Got it. Now, if you want to show your face again, I will... Oh, not good. Not good at all. Does that actually do anything? Doesn't look like it. Okay. Yeah, so there's some things that we need to get done around the house. There is, you know... the door... Or, so the lock for one of our doors, is... I guess just getting old. It's really hard to actually turn the key in that lock. So that's becoming a thing. That's been a problem for a while. Okay, apparently you can't shoot him. So that's been a problem for a bit. We have, so in my room, crap. Please show up right next to me again. That'd be convenient. No? Okay. So the door, in my room, in my bathroom, the stopper to the sink, basically I can't push it back up anymore. So I can't use the sink, is what ends up happening in that situation. Kind of a pain, too, because I kind of need to use the sink. So that's kind of a problem. And then my sister doesn't, you know, she's off to college. So she's in the college in the dorm, and the college is out of state. And so nobody went into her room for a while, you know, while she was at college, because, you know, why are we going to go in her room? What is there for any of us to do? Well, it turns out that there is a mold or something in the hardwood flooring of her room. What? How do I... What do you want me to do? Okay, well, I'm sure we'll figure that out later. So there's this weird mold that we're trying to figure out what to do about. But, you know, naturally the landlord needs to be taking a look at that. So, in an attempt to, you know, appease the landlord, which is something that, you know, it's just something that you have to do from time to time. You appease the landlord. Oh, crap! Crap, there's another one in here. You know, in an attempt to... there he is. Okay. So, in an attempt to appease the landlord, we're cleaning up and doing a lot of work around the house to kind of, you know... We're doing our end of the deal, basically. We're cleaning, we're working around the house. So, we're going to keep the house clean so he can do the other stuff. So, in doing so, I've been kind of cleaning up on my end. And one of the big things is I ended up having, like, a lot of kind of collectibles that I kind of got during my time at GameStop that I kind of just hung on to for a while. I actually had, like, 5 collector's editions I had never opened because I wasn't playing them yet, so I'm like, okay, I'll just kind of leave them there. But these were collector's editions that, you know, were pretty big. You know, the For Honor Collector's Edition, the Horizon Zero Dawn Collector's Edition. I forget what else I had in there. Let's see, The Last Guardian and Dishonored 2 was the eventual full list. And they were, like, these were large collector's editions. So they were just ending up taking up a fair amount of space. So I'm like, okay, you know, I guess it's time to go deal with those. And then also, kind of at the same time, I decided that, let's see, up there. I also decided, you know what, it's also time to, you know, I had a lot of amiibos, and I originally bought them because I wanted them, and then I kind of held on to them, and then I saw that their prices at one time were really high, because I actually had, like, some, I guess, fairly rare amiibos that weren't in print at the time. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to kind of hold on to these, and I'll sell them, you know, when I can. Because at the time, again, I worked at GameStop, and one of the GameStop requirements, one of the rules of the company, is that you cannot buy a collectible from the company and then sell it at a profit later on. You'd be competing against the company in terms of sales. That's not acceptable. And so I couldn't actually sell it when the prices were high. Well, I thought, you know what? So I had all these amiibos still in box. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go look at them and see, you know, are they... Okay, I got the dungeon map. Awesome. You know, I thought, let's go see if they're actually worth anything. Is there any point holding on to them anymore? And the depressing part, at least for me, is no, they're not, and no, it isn't. It wasn't worth, like, holding on to the mint in box anymore. Pretty much everything I had, they're all $30 or less. And I thought, you know what? If it's just $30, it's not worth it to me to hold on to them mint in box. I'd rather use them. You know, I got the new Smash. All of the amiibos I have are, you know, usable in Smash. I'm just going to open the damn boxes. So I did that. So number one, my room looks a lot nicer because I don't have all of these just, like, boxes sitting around. I have, like, all of the little statues. Because I buy collections for statues. That is why I do it. That is the fun for me. So all of my little statues are now, you know, they're displayed in various places. Yeah, the Last Guardian one I actually really like. But what I was more impressed on is not the Last Guardian. It was actually the Apollyon statue from For Honor. It is. That, like, So I, you know, did this job for a long time, right? I'm very familiar with collector's editions and the stuff that's in them. And in a lot of collector's editions, the contents of the collector's edition are... Hi, how's it going? The content of the collector's edition is fairly, like, not good. You know, a lot of them have these very, yeah, that's a thing. A lot of them have these very, I heard him. A lot of them have these really not good collector's editions that are made out of, like, really, you know, cheap materials. They're very light. They're not, you know, they're not quality product. And I ended up seeing that a lot. And it's one of the reasons why people stopped buying collector's editions. And people stopped buying collector's editions means they didn't make many anymore. That's one of the big reasons why collector's editions, you know, aren't showing up much anymore, because people stopped buying them. So this is... God, can you, like... relax. So, you know, like, I remember when Fallout 4 came out, it was a big deal to get the, you know, to get the Pip-Boy edition, which, I got the Pip-Boy edition, even though my phone doesn't fit in it. So, getting the Pip-Boy edition was a really big deal. And they didn't make a lot, because, let's face it, people don't buy the damn things. You know, the Ni no Kuni Collector's Edition, Ni no Kuni 2 specifically, that I really love. I'm looking right at it. It's awesome. You know, I've got this awesome little diorama of fighting one of the bosses. I've got, you know, a Lofty plush, which is fun. You know, I've got a lot of fun stuff in here. You know, so the Ni no Kuni thing, last I checked, my local GameStop still has, like, 3 of them. You know, people just were not amazingly interested in it. And that's why they don't, you know, that's why these companies don't make very many of them anymore. So I was really impressed when I lifted the Apollyon one, and that statue is heavy and solid. which is not something I can really say for many collector's editions, you know? Where is it? You know, I can't really say that for most of the collector's editions that I've had in my life. I'm actually, you know, thinking as I play this, I'm kind of glancing over at you know, at some things around me, and I'm glancing over at, like, you know, the Skyrim collector's edition. So when Skyrim originally came out, you know, 7 years ago now, that statue was kind of a cool thing, right? It was a really cool thing to have this statue of, you know, a dragon on a dragon wall. But it's very light. It's very, flimsy's not the right word I want to use. That's not what I want to do. Flimsy's not the right word I want to use, because it's not flimsy, but very quickly, one of the talons of the thing broke off on me. And it's just because it's a fairly thin construction. It's not made of particularly heavy material. So it's not a, it's not a, a statue that was really made to hold up. Where the hell is the hand? I can't tell where it is. Oh, there it is. Okay, I'm actually very okay with that just sitting right there for a bit. So yeah, it wasn't this, you know... We're gonna hang out right here, and I'm gonna throw that right there. Reasonably certain this is what the game wants me to do. I'm gonna have to shoot it again. Okay, I got it. Awesome. Oh man, that hand looks pissed. So yeah, being able to, like, open the Apollyon edition, and having it have this, like, tremendous weight to it, was, impressive. It was actually... I actually really liked it. It makes it a little bit of a pain, because I have to figure out, like... Okay, so... Turn that on. Isn't there another one I have to go turn on somewhere? So what happens if I turn this on? Where is it? Oh. So now I have to jump across this nonsense and go activate the other two orbs over here. Okay, so now these are open. And this will get me in here. But I still don't know how I'm supposed to go back and get those two treasure chests back there. So yeah, it's very, very, very cool. And, you know, it lets me have a lot more room in my room. And what's ending up going on right now is that, my family has kind of been exploring around, the New Orleans area. And they have recently discovered, and I will be going back for those treasure chests a little bit later on. They recently discovered there's a couple of different houses around here that are for sale that may potentially become useful. So my mom and I might actually be, instead of renting this house, we may be putting an offer in on one of those houses. Okay, so here's our dungeon item. Light filled with Master Sword. Its blade glows the golden light in the Twilight Realm. With it, you can cut through dark fog. So our item is the Butter Sword. The souls has been transferred to our sword. The guardian deities of your world are on our side too. I am the chosen one. As long as I have the sword, I should be able to repel the shadows Xanth has spread. Okay, now let's go back. And let's go figure out what to do over here. So, you know, we have the Butter Sword, essentially. But... it's kind of a disappointing dungeon item because it really isn't one. I think we're missing officially one item. I think it's a bottle, and I'm not sure where to get it. Okay, so what I'm anticipating is that we have an orb in here that I have to go activate, I guess. I think that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for an orb that I can activate, and that will get me, like, lift-off capabilities in this area. It's the only thing I can think of that would give me the ability to actually go up in here. Oh, wait, there we go. Excuse you. My butter sword is actually supposed to stop that nonsense. Okay, let's see what this one has. There's my final heart piece. So, I believe that is the final collectible heart piece in the game. I'm still not 100% sure why the butter sword is not causing that to go away. So I believe that's the final collectible heart piece. I'm pretty sure there are no other ones in the entire game at this point. And we get a purple rupee. Okay. Now, I've heard blue rupees being called bloopies, so I wonder if the purple rupee is a perpy? Something like that? Okay. And keep in mind, there are still collector's editions that excite me. The Kingdom Hearts 3 one, it's not what I wanted it to be. I'm actually a little bit upset at them that they just missed the obvious mark. For those of us who are willing to, you know, pay for it, I kind of feel as if they could have gone and actually, like, made a light-size Keyblade. And that could have been the, you know, the collector's edition, instead of doing this. You know, admittedly, we're getting, like, Toy Story versions of Sora, Donald, and Goofy. It's not exactly a bad collector's edition. But, yeah, I felt they missed the mark. The one that really excites me, and it's, you know, my January is chock full at this point. You know, I have Kingdom Hearts, I have Ace Combat 7, and I have a Magic the Gathering launch as well. But the one that excites me is, you know, Kingdom Hearts. I'm excited for the gameplay. I've been a fan since the beginning. I really cannot wait for it. But the one that really, like, excites me, that I really want to be playing for the collector's edition specifically, is Ace Combat 7, because that actually comes with a joystick, and it comes with a it comes with both a joystick, and I want to say it comes with a throttle as well. And the last one that did that was Ace Combat 6, which I loved that game. Like, I actually tried to Let's Play it, and then eventually decided that, okay, maybe I shouldn't be doing that. Can I just jump through here? No. What do you want me to do? I ended up stopping after a bit. I can't remember why. But I might actually go back and do it again. I have the joystick for the Xbox 360 for Ace Combat 6. So I'm very, very excited for that. And that's the type of collector's edition that I really want to see. I mean, I understand that not a lot of games can actually do something like that. You know, an out-and-out peripheral that allows you to do something in the game. And generally the ones that are going to do that are going to be stuff like, you know, Gran Turismo or Forza, where they're going to get you get you something like that. Most other games do not allow for something like that. But I'm a huge fan of, you know, items that I get to use in the real world to help the game. Hence me buying, like, the Pokeball attachment for Let's Go Pikachu. So that's a great way for these games to get my dollar. Do you want me to do this? It wants me to do that. Okay. You know, that is how they can get my dollar, is to give me something cool like that. Or if you're going to give me a collector's edition, and by all means, I'll probably buy it, give me something that is solid. Like, don't give me... One of my favorite collector's editions was Infamous 2. And part of the thing about Infamous 2 is I never ended up playing the damn game. I still have it. It's still sitting behind me. It's still in its shrink wrap. I never played it. And it's not that I didn't want to. It's that other games showed up, and those other games were more important or impressive at the time, and I just never got around to playing it. One day I will. But Infamous 2 was one of those games. And the big thing is, you got the, when you bought the collector's edition Infamous 2, you got the statue of what's his name, the main character. And hey, that's kind of, that's kind of cool, right? Getting a statue of the main character is always kind of a neat thing. And I'm never going to be, upset about getting that. But what was, okay, so we got to drop a soul right there. But what was more exciting, what was more exciting for me was the backpack. Because you ended up getting Cole's backpack. And it has, like, the Sly Cooper patch on it, which is neat. It's actually a wearable thing. And actually, for a number of years, I actually wore it and actually used it as an actual backpack. And there were still, back when I was a GameStop store manager, there were still players, or not players, but managers, who would still use the backpack for when they were walking around, because to be frank, we needed backpacks because they would give us a ton of shit. Sometimes it was paperwork, sometimes it was actual physical merchandise. Like, we would get stuff. We needed a backpack to do it with. So, it was cool to have that. So you always knew who was, a bit of a GameStop bro and an old school gamer. And I mean, I know I'm saying old school when we're talking PlayStation 3 era. Hi, Xanth's head. Yeah, having some trouble with me, huh? We're talking PlayStation 3 era, so, take that with a grain of salt. Ow. But you know who's been with the company for a while, but also who played for a while because they had the Infamous 2 backpack. I still have it. It is hanging on my bed behind me. It's still in really good condition. I will still use it. But, I have to, I think of things that were not in good condition, and one of the ones that actually really got my goat because of how bad condition it was the Grand Theft Auto 5 Collector's Edition for the Xbox 360 release. So it came with, like, this bank lockbox, because reasons, and I forgot, it also came with a safety deposit bag with its own locking key, and actually, that was actually reasonable condition. It's still heavy, and I can still use it to this day if I wanted to. But the thing that wasn't of good condition was this duffel bag that it came with, that the zipper broke, like, on the first day of me opening the damn thing. It was this whole thing, and I was really disappointed with exactly how poor the quality of that item was. And it's always, irritated me when we get these, really poor quality collector's edition items. It's like, okay, I'm paying some extra money. I am the hardcore fan. Of all the fans that you should be appeasing, it's the ones who are dropping $100 on your damn product. Build something of quality. And, I understand that, the margins are not that good on these things. They're not making a lot of money on this. I get that. I do. But, again, I think they can afford to lose a little bit of money for the hardcore fans, and then they, the other fans are the ones they can gain money on. I don't know how, I don't know how, controversial that particular statement is. It really saddens me how few collector's editions we actually see nowadays. Some of them I'm not going to be interested in, to be fair. There are some collector's editions that I'm not going to spend money on. It's just not going to happen. I have no interest, There's just some that'll be like that. But, generally, if a game has a collector's edition, I'm more likely to be interested in them. I mean, I was interested in For Honor to begin with, and keep in mind I say this, I still haven't played the damn game. As I said, I literally just opened it. Oh, that's what it is. Okay. But, you know, I was just in for honor to begin with because I liked what I saw of the combat system. You know, but I was more interested once I saw the Apollyon Collector's Edition. And that is ultimately what I spent a large amount of money on, so should tell you something. God, are we not done here? Like, I told you that, like, some of the mechanics of this dungeon just irritate me. And, you're seeing what I mean. Like, we still haven't gotten... Ah, there he is. I think... Stop that. What other Xantheds am I waiting on? Is there some over here? No, okay. I still don't know how to get... There's a treasure chest that's supposed to be behind that darkness fall, and I'm not 100% sure how I'm supposed to get to it. Like, I don't know how I'm supposed to unlock it, is the thing. Okay, there's my key, which gets me to the next door. I'm imagining it's kill all the Kargaroks. There's not that many anymore. I missed that one? God, how many shots are... Stop that. How many shots are you guys gonna take? Y'all dead? I think they're dead. Are there any other Kargaroks that I've missed? There's still... Oh, wait, hold on. I saw something up there. Ah! That's what it is. Okay, this makes more sense. See, I was looking at the map. The map indicates that this treasure chest should be on my level down there. And it's not. It's all the way up here, which makes no sense. This is not on the same level. Okay. Take a little bit of damage there. We'll move on. Yeah, so that's my rant about collector's editions. But it was fun kind of finally opening these things. I had not actually had a chance to actually see these things in person. So, you know, finally getting a chance to actually see the Aloy statue, you know, the Apollyon statue, which, as I said already, was of both impressive design and impressive design and impressive quality. You know, it was kind of nice to actually see that finally. And then, as a person who was really excited for The Last Guardian, even though I have yet to play the game, as a person who's in that position, seeing that statue, I mean, that statue's fantastic. I have a T-shirt that I was given. Given by the devs is the wrong phrase on this one, because it was kind of just, it was given to us by chance at an event with Sony. But, you know, they gave out this shirt that has, you know, I can't remember the name of the damn thing right now, the Griffin dog thing, and the boy, and it, you know, has some Japanese text on it. It's a damn comfortable shirt, and because of the comfort, I have actually worn that shirt for, you know, for a very long time now, and will continue to do so. Let's try left. Left looks correct. I think it's very cute, and so the fact that the actual statue kind of maintains that, you know, really fun cuteness. It's the I'll remember the name of the thing eventually. The dog thing is curled up and the boy's standing on its head. It's just this incredibly cute, like, motif. And yeah, I'm why did I do that? That was wrong. I think the idea up there was to hook shot on the wall. And I failed to recognize that. Much to my chagrin. Can you not? Okay, I got it. I made it. I wasn't paying attention. I got it. I've watched speedrunners do this dungeon and do the stuff in here, and you know, apart from being much better than I am, it's really fun watching that stuff. I've mentioned it a number of times on the channel at this point, because it is something that I would absolutely, at some point, love to do, and I don't think I will ever have the talent and or patience for it. Specifically speedrunning. Ow. Like, I don't think I'll ever have that. That's never something I'm gonna have. I want to see something real quick. Okay, so you can't knock it back at him. Okay. I just don't have the patience for it. I am not the type of person that likes to sit and play the same game over and over and over in a row. I like to play my games like once or twice a year, which is, you know, rather evident if you've watched this channel and you've seen, like, I've done Skies of Arcadia 3 times. Like, I do that, but I'm not the type of person who, you know, really enjoys just sitting here and being like, yeah, I'm just gonna keep on playing this game forever. That being said, there are a couple of games I do want to eventually speedrun. We'll see if that ever happens. Okay, well, I think I'm going to pause here, guys. I have to figure out... I've got to get up onto that ledge up there. Do I just... Did I just do this? Oh, I just do this. Okay. I'm going to pause right here. We're almost done with the dungeon. But the next area kind of kicks off really, really fast. So yeah, I think we're gonna stop here, and then next episode we'll finish up this dungeon. I don't think there are any more collecting to do, so we'll kind of stop here, and we'll just keep going next episode. I'll see you soon.